It's like 100 games on. I really want to have Alabama on my TV. I really don't want Alabama on my TV today. Like, fuck Alabama. Fuck Oklahoma. Fuck all these teams. Why? Oh, this is on. Oh my god, this is on. I didn't know. I didn't realize it was on. I'm sorry. Sorry for my language. LSU Odyssey pregame show here with you. Wild day in college football right now. Wild day. You're seeing Oklahoma being eviscerated, right? I mean, college football is so crazy. That score could be what? Flipped around right now. Let me take a look. It was like 32-3 at half. Jackson Arnold enters that game and burns his red shirt. What the hell? No way. He entered that game and played in that game. Are you kidding me? Miami 52-45 over Louisville just. And Clemson, who we have winning the ACC and being a top 4 team on our college football playoff thing. Yeah. Ranked in the top 10, won 48-31 over Virginia. Sloppy there again. Indiana ranked 16th, 56-7 over Nebraska. Jesus. Mizzou with the 4-point upset over Auburn. 4-point upset over Auburn. And how is Missouri still ranked 19th? Don't they have like multiple losses? No, they only got one loss. Wow. Okay. I thought they at least had multiple. How is Michigan still ranked in the top 25? How are they 24th? Good Lord. They're terrible. Michigan are just an ugly, ugly football program. Why would Bryce Underwood see what Garrett Nussmeier's doing right now and, oh, I want to be a part of that? Like, it's hilarious that people even suggest that. But we're going to get into it. LSU versus Arkansas, just about less than 2 hours away now. And this is a game I've said all week. I'm worried about it. It's not necessarily that Arkansas is such a great team. It's not necessarily that Arkansas have equal talent to LSU. It's not even in the same galaxy. It's not because of this. Arkansas has this great coaching staff that's going to outcoach LSU. It's nothing like that. It's just sometimes these games in the SEC, and especially against Arkansas, they're closer than they have any right to be. They're closer than they should be. There's crazy injuries. There's all sorts of havoc that goes on that seen, unforeseen, and it gets wild. It gets out of control. And I'm hoping to God that doesn't happen. I'm hoping to God LSU just comes out of the and just beats their brains in 28-0 in the first quarter. 42-0 after the first. Like I literally drink their damn blood. But I just don't think it's going to be that easy. This team has shown you this year it's not going to be that easy. What I would love is for me to be completely wrong and this team to be like, actually, now it is going to be easy from here on out. from here on out, we're going to learn from our mistakes, and we're going to take the next, how should I say this, take that next step and be more of a complete team here, and a team that's plays with more urgency right out of the gate. It doesn't get bogged down in 14 points, 10 points before they've even woken up. That's the type of stuff that LSU will not continue to get away with this season. They won't. And I know Alabama's not that good either. I know Alabama's beatable. I know A&M are beatable. I know Florida, of course, are beatable. Vanderbilt are beatable, but scary. There's all these teams that are beatable for LSU in front of us. Oklahoma, of course. Still, each game in and of itself, by itself separately, outside of the context of who should win against who in the rankings, it doesn't mean shit a lot of the times. A lot of the times, the unexplained decide these games. And so I'm hoping LSU aren't in for a night of that type of stuff, where you'd really love to call on that Death Valley, Tiger Stadium, hoodoo voodoo magic, but we don't got it. We're going to be in Fayetteville, and it's going to be cold. And I don't know about the forecast. It could be bringing in some rain, possibly. Let's take a look at that forecast. I've heard some stuff, but I'm not 100% certain on that. The point is, LSU have to start fast, start strong. The defense has to follow. If you're going to take the ball again from the kickoff, you must take points. Even if it's 3, you must get points on that first drive. You have to, because being down 14-0 to a team like Arkansas, where that's just going to continue to fuel their defense. That's just going to continue to fuel their running game, which has been incredible so far this season. And LSU might have trouble stopping that. Their running back already has 10 rushing touchdowns this season. Jaquindon Jackson has been sick this season. LSU are going to let these guys break a few. They're going to break a few loose. It's minimizing the damage, stuffing them inside the red zone, holding them to field goals, taking the football away. Purely taking the football away as well. LSU have to hit on all of these and play Arkansas like you're playing Ole Miss, like you're playing Alabama. Deliver this victory in the best way possible. Get out of there without it. It's hard to say this, but get out of there with another injury, for God's sake. Like, the injuries are starting to pile up in such a way where you're going to have to start to use freshmen you didn't really want to use this year in starting positions. It's going to get to that level. But if it does, that's what's going to have to be. And, we have actually seen a lot of these freshmen rise up. So, Dominic McKinley, brilliant fumble recovery from Weeks that got us that field goal that really changed some things going into halftime. 17-10, 17-13. Big difference. Only 3 points, but big difference when you're talking about the other team's comfort level. Because the other team scores now, it's a 2-score game. The other team scores now you're still right back in this thing. It's just interesting to see where Talon Green is going to be for this game. How mobile is Talon Green going to be? They said it's a sprained knee, a bone bruise in his knee, something like that. I don't. But I think it's only proper that before we get into anything more, I think we need to pay respects to Charles Baglio. LSU lost a long-time staffer who was there from 2002 clear to 2021, late 2021, was not retained. When Coach Kelly came in, he had been with the staff for a long time. Charles Baglio, 1943 to 2021. Oh, sorry, to 2024. Charles Baglio, Coach Bags. You probably didn't know his name. There's a lot of LSU fans who didn't know his name. Every player in that locker room who's ever played for LSU definitely knew that guy. Every person around LSU in that program knew that guy. A lot of the media members knew this guy. He's a legend. And it sucked that he wasn't retained for LSU. He was a guy he just did so much for the program, wore many different hats. And it just sucks to see another great Tiger pass away. Coach Bags, Charles Baglio, rest in peace, sir. Forever LSU, forever Tiger right here, my man. This guy meant a lot to the program, and you know what I love? Before, in the last few years of his job, in the last few years of his tenure, he was a part of that 2019 team, and he got to be front and center to see that team unfold. The ultimate college football team of all time, the ultimate football team of all time, you could argue. Such was their perfection. Literally, he was a part of every single championship at LSU outside of 1958. Coach Bags, you got 2003. He's in there because Saban hires him. This is a man Saban brought in. And so that's the type of pedigree of a person we're talking about here. That's the type of stature and standing of a person that Charles Baglio is, and Coach Bags. And rest in peace for him, for his family, and wish nothing but love for this man, and hope and really pray that he and his family, well, not he, but that his family get through this difficult time. And we know the LSU community is going to be there for them. We know that the LSU University is going to be there for them. Even though he hasn't worked there for 3 years, we know the university always will be there for these type of people who give so much to the university. Always behind the scenes, unspoken. Some of the jobs that aren't really, they're thankless. They're thankless. But without them, the whole operation doesn't quite work. The players aren't enjoying themselves as much as they would be. There's all these certain factors that all add up to a definitively great football team. And Coach Bags understood that. And he understood how to make that happen. He was part of LSU's most successful era. And so LSU honestly would like to wish him an absolutely just purple and gold and blazoned rest in peace. And we know that he is where he belongs, up there in heaven with the good Lord. And this guy, I was really hoping I didn't have to get into this today. I was really hoping I didn't have to talk about this today, but I just was like, there's no way you can avoid talking about this. He was one of the few people around the program when Coach O was coach who actually would talk to us. He was one of the few people around the program with Coach O, outside of Mickey Joseph, a few other people who would give us a nibble here or there, give us a few little nugs here or there. Actually let us in, open the door a crack. And I thank Brian Kelly and his regime for opening the door fully and giving us credentials. But Coach Baggs, badass. In my book, absolute bona fide badass, and rest in peace for him. Tiger Den Sports, what's up, brother? You know him as the Blind Tiger, my friend, my good dude. He says, probably need another big game from Whit Weeks. Dude, you're going to need a big game from Whit Weeks every rest of the season, every game rest of the season. This defense, this team, it's not just going to be like, oh, we kicked Ole Miss's ass, so therefore we're going to dominate every team that is worse than Ole Miss, like statistically, offensively. That's going to be fine. It's going to be easy. It's not how this works. That's not how college football has ever worked. It will be a dogfight. And if it isn't, if LSU go out there and offensively, defensively, pick Arkansas apart, that's all I want. People have been giving us shit because we predicted LSU are going to lose this game 23-21. That was our prediction. We put that in our article. We did a quite popular. A lot of people actually checked it out, which is very cool to see. We also did this thing on Whit Weeks, by the way, if you want to check that out. This is the site right here. Had T-Bob Abear on the show yesterday. It was incredible. LSU versus Arkansas, 2024 preview and prediction, the ultimate trap game. This is the article we wrote, 3 days ago? And we predicted LSU will lose this game 23-21. There's a reason we did this. Not only am I worried about this game, not only do I think it is a game LSU could lose, and I'm not alone in that. I'm not alone in that thinking. But I really do believe, I really do feel in my heart of hearts that the players needed to see someone who usually picks LSU and is usually going to be riding with LSU. That I wanted them to see me picking against him. And then I wanted to kind of show it to them and be like, what you going to do? What's your reaction? Because I've never done that before. And I know that it's going to have some exquisite reactions because what the players' vibe that I'm getting is they're up for this. And if this team is up for this, they're ready, they have that urgency that I feel that they've got, then this should be no problem. And I'll be glad to be wrong on that score. Be glad to be wrong. It is incredible. We are still congested and still fighting off the kind of sickness stuff that happened last Saturday. It's been 7 days of being like sick. It's really been crazy. And on top of that, a bunch of awful family drama dumped on me. So it's like just been a crazy week. But very cool people are in town tonight. TCU are playing University of Utah. That game starts at 8:30 p.m. And guess who will be in attendance to see this dude? Former LSU Tiger, current TCU stud, And seriously, someone who is absolutely dominating in college football right now, Jack Besh. This kid, I think, what is he, third, fourth in receiving yards? He was number one on Pro Football Focus's ratings, receiving ratings. Just incredible season he's having, and so many discounted this kid and said he was done, and mocked him and laughed at him and jokes at his expense and whatever. And he was one of the most like beloved LSU Tigers I can remember his freshman year in 2021. It was insane how popular and just how universally loved Jack Besh was. And then that changed after one fumble and his injuries. Just he wasn't around. And you know what? You know what LSU fans like I do. They don't like players who are injured. It's kind of just like, see ya. You're not available. See ya. And that's kind of what happened with him. And I think we're all starting to realize that was a big mistake to let him leave. Big mistake. And some might say, oh, he's only doing this because it's the Big 12 weaker defenses. It's like he dominated SEC defenses as a freshman, running people over. And now he's actually like bulldozing over the Big 12 guys. He's not like competing against them. He's like literally flattening these guys like he should. So, I mean, we'll see how he does against Utah tonight. It should be a good game where it's man-to-man coverage most of the game, and he's going to have to beat his guy. It's going to be very, very, very high-octane theater. And so I'm excited to be going to that. But before that, we're, of course, going to be covering every second of this LSU-Arkansas game. And obviously, if we could afford to fly to Fayetteville, if we could afford to do it, we would make that type of trip. We can't. The game's here. These people are like family to me. You got to realize, like, these people did a lot for me. They still do a lot for me. They just mean so much to me as people. They've been through a lot. I saw what they went through. It's kind of a shared experience. And this is kind of like a cherry on top situation. Just seeing this kid successful and happy again and feeling good about everything. It's blown my mind. So this game, LSU Arkansas, I am worried about it. And I've gotten a lot of shit for predicting an LSU loss, but I just feel this is a bad moment for LSU to go into this game and play. With that prediction, I'm kind of not really firm on it. I'm not really like LSU will lose. They will lose. Because I don't want LSU to lose. I don't want LSU to lose with any fiber of my being. So it's hard for me to pick an LSU defeat, but I have to honestly go with what I think is going to happen. I can't just sunshine pump for you guys. I never will do that. I'm never just going to say, oh, everything's fine, when the sky is falling. Or I'm not just going to say the sky is falling when, yeah, some things might be bad, but it's really not that bad as much as people say. We're never going to exaggerate this stuff. We're never going to just blow it out of proportion. Sometimes we might have an exaggerated reaction. Sometimes I personally might blow things out of proportion, just my own opinion of something. We're humans. We're all humans. We're going to do something like that once in a while. This game, though, I think is going to be a defensive slugfest. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be difficult for LSU to run the football. And I think there's going to be a lot of plays made on the ball by Arkansas's DBs and linebackers, safeties. I think LSU are going to lead for most of this game. And the screw is just going to turn. And I don't know if it'll be a fumble, interception. it could be even a special teams play from Arkansas, but it's going to be something that's kind of out of the ordinary to really beat LSU here. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Arkansas are going to have to reach really deep to beat LSU. This is so annoying. We've had issues with this Fubo all day. It works, and then it's buffering, and then it's like, what the hell is going on here? 3:25 p.m. Mountain Time, so we've got about an hour and some point in time for the game. Alabama, Tennessee. Two teams I absolutely cannot stand. I don't. As much as I hate Alabama, I would love for them to be just still have that one loss going into play us. I want them to be as strong and as favored as possible, just so then the win feels even better. 7-0, a minute and 33 seconds left in the first half. Does Tennessee have a good defense? That's an interesting question, because there's some games where Tennessee's in some low-scoring games here. 19-14 they lost to Arkansas. They've been in some low-scoring games here. Yeah, people are so pissed. A whole lot of sauce is giving me this Michael Scott. People are obviously not pissed. I don't think they care that much about my opinion. It's just they are like, come on, you're picking against our Tigers. What is this shit? See, there's another version of us picking 23-21, the athletic collection. There's a whole lot of sauce. And then Brewster Purple and Gold, you sick. I'm like, I actually am sick. T-Boo, Ted Marshall. I'm going with this too because I'm wrong about everything. It only bodes well for LSU when I'm a Naga Tiger. That's a weird gif. I guess he's implying I'm on drugs or something. Ooh, Big D's spitting on me. That's messed up. Ooh. No wonder I don't follow him, but he follows me. Jeez. Yeah, this game. How good is Talon Green going to be in this game? That's really what could decide it all. Is Talon Green going to be a high impact, dual threat quarterback today? Is Talon Green going to be making plays with his legs, extending all over the place? Because that's the thing, is if he's extending plays, forcing us to, our edge rushers come at him, he beats them the first time. It's just something that wears down your front, and it's just something that's just You've seen it hurt LSU time and time and time again, these dual threat quarterbacks. And it's simply the secondary routes, the comeback routes, the chasing this guy around, because they're coming at him with such aggression. They're coming at him with such intensity, such athletic in just furor. And when you miss in that type of a situation over and over and over and over, then you start second guessing yourselves, and then you start hesitating a bit, and now they've got you even more. They've just got you. And that is what I'm worried about happening tonight, because Talon Green, say what you want about him, the film doesn't make him look that good, right? But then when you watch him play against the better competition, he just gets better. He throws the football better. He makes throws he doesn't make against the smaller teams. He makes daring decisions he doesn't make against the smaller teams. He's almost like a different quarterback against better defenses, against better opposition. That's not to say LSU can't completely demoralize this kid within a one half of football, because they can. This defense, if it continues even just slightly in the trajectory it's going with Blake Baker, with Weeks, Greg Penn III playing unreal together, this thing could be an absolute devastation blowout. We're talking like 37-10 type of stuff for this LSU team. Got some comments. Let's check out these comments. Sorry, whoa. Internet just went to a prism of madness there. Oh shit. I hope that tab of my own voice going over my voice hasn't been going the whole time. Holy crap. But there's people who've been commenting, so I don't think it's not bad. What the fuck? People almost seem disappointed by the fact that I picked that game. And it's like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I didn't know my opinion mattered that much to some of these people. I really didn't. Evidently it does, I guess. I don't know. I don't think so. You know, it doesn't really make sense that. So it's very strange, but I had to go with my gut here. I don't think it's going to end well for LSU. That's just my feeling. But everything, you know, the whole math of the situation says LSU are going to win this game. It might be close or whatever, but LSU are going to win this game. When has the SEC or college football in general, especially this year, followed the obvious math of the situation? Ooh, Alabama miss a field goal right before half. We're going to go up 10-0. It's a big miss. Kalen DeBoer. Holy shit, that guy. Um, um, I wanted to speak directly to my people who saw me get heated with someone in a group chat earlier today. Um, that's not always who I am. That's not always what I'm about. However, when somebody disrespects you, your family, so many times, and is not only that, they're a bad faith actor where they pretend to be a positive person in private, pretend to, all this stuff in private, but then do the complete opposite publicly. I have nothing but disgust and disdain for that, and so I called it out. And yeah, I feel bad that people saw that. Um, but I'm never going to mince words when it comes to people who are like that, people who are toxic, people who are, they don't have anything positive to offer the world. Literally, the only thing they have is going after people on social media. That's all they got because their life is such a mess. And so I had to call that person out. There, literally, if I had just let that person just say whatever they want about us, that would have been fine for our bottom line. He was a subscriber. He's someone who supported our work. I don't care. Like, I literally don't care if you support our work or if you talk to people like that, you treat people like that. I'm not down with you, and I don't want your support. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm taking some principled stand or some bullshit. I don't want those people anywhere near me. People of that type of nature who want fights, they want entertainment because their lives are so pathetically boring, and they want to cause, they really don't care if your life, like, if you literally ruined your life or even took your life online, they don't even care because it's entertainment to them. Like, those type of people, those are the people that I understand make up maybe a percentage of my audience. That's how it's always going to be. So I'm probably talking to a few people like that, and that's fine. But I think if we get past some of that bullshit in our society, we could be a lot better. You know, things could be a lot better for everybody. There wouldn't be so much rampant mental illness and emotional problems. And I feel like I get a lot of, I feel like I'm a target, an easy target for people with a lot of emotional rage, a lot of emotional insecurity, because we're a very genuine person and we say how we feel, we act how we feel. Like, we're not going to like fake anything or hide anything. We just are very open about it. And it's a very vulnerable position to be in nowadays because people just love to kick you. They just love to kick your ass. They love to take a shot at you, especially when especially when they feel that you have something that they don't, especially when they feel that you're doing something they wish that they could do. Um, that is when they're going to kick hardest, hit hardest. Um, that's fine. We're going nowhere. And so I just will continue to reiterate, we want to we want LSU Odyssey to be something positive. We want LSU Odyssey to be something where people feel like T Bob said on our show the other day. T Bob said the other day on our show, I love that I could be that warm blanket and that comfort food for people, in a time that's bad, a time that's screwed up. You're going to work, doing something you don't want to do, whatever. And he can be that comfort food for people that, whatever. That's what that's really what we want to be as well. And we're not probably going to hit that goal. That's a pretty lofty goal. But if we can do that for even a few people, we've done something successful. And I just don't want to see people with that type of intent infiltrate what we've got going here. I know I shouldn't be so prejudicial, And that's the thing is LSU Odyssey is one. Everyone's involved, everyone's invited, but when you start acting like that, when you start doing things like that, like this person did, I can't really tolerate or accept that. And I don't think any other business, any other media company, any other platform, any other person would. They might like pretend something's funny for a bit or whatever, but inside they're raging about it. I'm just gonna tell you, like, fuck off. We're not down with that. See ya. But really, I want this to be a place where everybody comes and hangs out. It's probably not going to ever get to that level, but we can try. I love to see people who don't agree and who kind of opposite sides of the spectrum come together and kind of figure it out, Anyway, LSU versus Arkansas. Huh, buddy? LSU, Arkansas. Can you say LSU? Can you say Tigers? Hey, Seiji, what does a tiger say? Hi, I'm a tiger. Is that what a tiger say? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Do the tiger growl, Seiji. Do the tiger growl. He's trying to watch his cars. All right, everybody. We'll shut up. We'll do the thing, and you'll be seeing follow our coverage all throughout the game right there on Twitter. We live tweet the games usually, that type of stuff. So check that out. We'll always be doing it. Thanks, everybody. Peace.
Thank you so much for all your help. Merry Christmas. Bye, Joe. We just helped load Santa's sleigh. I can't believe it. Why don't we finish reading this story and then look for more Blue's Clues? Okay?
Is that Blue's Clues? Oh my God, you're watching Blue's Clues?
The best way to read a book is to just get into it. Push it to.
Oh, Seiji.